If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Let's ride!
Hello and welcome out to this week's episode of the Gamers Council podcast. I'm your host, WEBDAVE, along with my co-host, the one and only Hargeet Chani. Hargeet, are you there?
Yeah, I am here. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. I just finished Halo. That was fun. But yeah. Am I not audible? My video isn't on, but I will have it on in a minute.
You're good. No, you're fine. You're fine. Just want to make sure you're there. Oh yeah, we can hear you just fine. And welcome, buddy. Welcome. And thanks for holding down the fort last week when my power went out.
Yes,
and half the town. Yeah, it was shitty. I apologize for that. But hey, what do they call it? An act of God. He doesn't like me talking. Apparently. So anyway, welcome back, a big, huge friend of the panel. My favorite taxi guy. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna fix that.
As usual.
Just a second. Well, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And this is Corkenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein.
You're putting me on.
No, it's pronounced Frankenstein.
There we go. Just want to clear that up.
Love it.
There you go. Alrighty, guys, welcome to the audience that's here. Let's see, we did some. I see some buffering signs. Are we still buffering? No camera. Yeah, no. FARK QUE, what's going on, buddy? Are we? Everybody, can everybody hear us and see us? Okay. Hello. Yes. No. Okay. Cool.
I'm watching it. I'm not seeing any problems. I got it in the background.
Cool. I don't know. FARK QUE put up the. I think it's fixed now. Okay, cool. All right. Well, thanks. Well, FARK QUE. Just kidding. Playing FARK QUE and some Arc Raiders earlier. That was awesome. And then we jumped off to watch Holly stream, which was awesome. There we go. And at least you didn't get kicked off or banned this time. For showing the naughty bits on TV. Not Holly personally. No. She was playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh,
and it has some lewd and lascivious acts in there that YouTube catches.
Yeah,
showing it on a stream. She wasn't ready for it to come up because she hadn't played it before. She knows about it now. Whee! There you go. Let's put the chat up on the screen. There we go, so everybody can see the ramblings of everybody going on. Over 71 people here watching us live. Thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate you greatly. And Hargeet, I think we have a gifted membership from a very special person.
Yeah. Somebody named WEBDAVE gifts 5 WEBDAVE memberships.
Well, got to start to show off right. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. Guys, so a lot going on in gaming. And there's a big show coming up. That was one thing I didn't add to the notes, Hargeet, which I'll try to do. I think it's even listed on the thumbnail. which is people are getting ready to get geared up for Gamescom. And I know like Paris is going to be there, and Jez is going to be there.
Iron Lords.
Iron Lords are going to be there. Yeah, exactly. So that's gonna be cool. All right, gold
At
coins.
FARK_K celebrates 33 months of membership.
Oh, thank you, FARK QUE. We appreciate that. Look, Fonz is in our chat. Heck yeah, Fonz, the Fonz, Mr. Fonzarelli, FARK. Oh, hey, there we go. Mav's here too. That's right. Fun speculation. That's great having you here. And I really wasn't going to get into it till the end of the show, but since Mav's here, a big condolences to all the family and friends for one of our own that passed away, Psychonauts. Very sad. It hit me a lot harder than I thought it was going to. It's one of those things where it's like, not that guy. You know, there are people counting down my days. But amen. Rest in peace, Psychonauts. Interview we did with him here was love it. I got a chat coming in.
Don't forget to wipe your feet, PPA. Hit the thumbs up emoji.
That's right. That's right. Wipe your feet and thumbs up. Exactly. Thank you for the super chats, and TTS is on. If it's a little crazy, we will pause it or whatever we need to. But for now, we're good to go. We do appreciate those. So yeah, he was a very great guy. And dude, of course we're gonna remember him. Remember him forever. Like I said, I did an interview with him where we talk about, and yes, I know the Discord's still going off. I'll fix that in a minute. So I'll get it. If you realize I go checking her Discord, so it's like, that's Dave. Sorry. Yeah, I like putting those up, Hargit. That's great. I appreciate that. So yeah, he was a great member of the community, super funny guy. And he would take long breaks to go or smoke and stuff. So it was awesome. But he was very knowledgeable about the game. Loved playing the games. Was a good man for sure. And he will be sorely missed. And I know Mav and them are absolutely devastated by this, and as we all are. But he was a part of their shows, many shows, and many things that he has been on. And I love some of the little clips and the videos and pictures you have shared.
At Abdul 1143 celebrates 15 months of membership.
All right, thank you, Abdel. Appreciate that. But Mav over Fun Speculation shared a lot of good photos and a couple of video clips that are absolutely priceless with you guys and 3-bit and stuff. So it's definitely get a chance to check that out, and you can definitely if you want to send your prayers their way for the family and stuff. And I believe they have a GoFundMe account to help because it was a big surprise that happened and unexpected, and so it's never easy. But if you feel like you want to help out in some way, you can. There's, like I said, there's a GoFundMe page up you can find. I'll try and put the links to it in the notes here in just a little bit, and that way, or if Mav, if you want to put them in the chat, you have admin power, so you can put them in our chat as well if you want to. It's up to you. So yeah, a lot of love coming out for Psychonauts. Like I said, sorely going to be missed in the community, and we were blessed to have him on here as a guest a few times, and then interviewed him as well. And then that is up on our channel. Not to promote to watch it, but if you want to know more about him and his gaming prowess, then definitely you should watch that video for that alone. For no other reason than just if you want to know more about him. He's a good cat, good dude. All right, I said my piece. Oh, thank you so much, Mav. So that's there in chat. If anybody wants to click on that to help out the family, we would appreciate that. So, Hargit, I know it's a little solemn start, but where would we like to go from here?
Well, another solemn start. PlayStation disc support can also have the
Yes.
Unfortunately, they responded. They finally responded.
They did.
I don't know if you have something queued up for that.
Oh,
Might as well just go into that.
Oh, I do. Let me pull down to her. Actually, oh, there she is. Let's see. Oh, I got the video response. We got to play the little video clip. Let's see here. Let me find. I know I've got that too. I'm scrolling. There we go. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. This is the one. This is what we want to see. Right there. Pause it. Start it up. Share the link. Thanks for the jewels, man. FARK QUE sharing his family jewels with us.
As did Polybaba. As did Preston.
Awesome.
Thank you all.
Yes. Thank you so much. All right. So I'll let you read the top part there, Hargeet, and then we'll actually play her. I think it's translated for us.
Yeah, it is. She's speaking in Japanese and somebody's speaking in English as a translation. But anyway, so Sony CFO Lin Tao comments on PlayStation Disc. We put in a lot of thought and time, and we cautiously considered this, and we came to this conclusion, and we're going to cautiously move this forward.
Meaning, tough fucking shit. That's the way it's going to go. Alrighty then. Well, let's play the clip, and then we'll kind of get your thoughts on it.
It's like Dave Chappelle, you know why? Because fuck them. That's why.
Perfect. Oh man, I wish I had that queued up. That would have been awesomely perfect at this time.
So on this point, so
She's not very loud. Sorry. Of course, it's going to buffer. Why wouldn't it buffer? 1,000 up and 1,000 down on a on a fiber optic line. Of course, it's going to buffer, right? Right, Hargeet? I know Discord. I know. I know.
I think there is some slight issues going on because YouTube on another channel I have just to support. I have it in the background. It's been like buffering, and now Twitter's buffering. Might be some slight outages going on.
Could be. All right, we'll try this one more time.
So on this point, so we announced that January 2028 onwards, we will no longer be manufacturing game discs. So 1.5 years ahead. So we made this announcement at this time. There are various reasons we made this decision. The biggest being that the digitalization of contents overall has been progressing. That's the big factor. It's not just for PlayStation, but for all kinds of contents, digitalization is progressing. And so when we think about the future, and we put in a lot of thought and time, and we cautiously considered this, and we came to this conclusion, and we're going to cautiously move this forward. And to this decision, we have received various opinions, and people have strong views, and we understand that the community has put forth those views to us. Games are loved by many people. It's a form of entertainment that's loved by people, and it's connected to people's fond memories in many cases. And so we understand those emotions. We want to consider that. And in the future digital ecosystem, how do we engage the gamers is something that we would like to continue to explore. Thank you very much.
How do we continue to bleed them dry? Thank you very much. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, Hargeet, your thoughts on this, and then we'll get Cork's thoughts on this.
Well, so first you do have to take into consideration this is a like immediate translation, right? So there's going to be some translation error. So I don't know how much there is of that, but essentially they're just telling you that they don't care. You don't matter. They've also put out other information of how much this is going to actually impact them. And I think it was the president, Hiroki Totogi, came out and said it's not going to matter. So they made up their mind. This is not even, I don't think this is with a PlayStation decision. I think this is a Sony decision. They're like, I'm taking that factory away from you. Shut up. I need to make AI stuff that I can make way more money on. You're just wasting my time. Get out of here. And that's the decision, and deal with it. And they know they have a captured audience. Now, if for some reason gamers actually gave a crap and suddenly said, no, I don't like this, Sony, I'm not buying stuff from you, that would be the only reason they would change their mind. So until people say, I'm not buying games I'm not paying for anything you do. I'm selling my PlayStation. They won't care because you will keep buying. If you keep buying, they don't have any impetus to change. So that's basically what they're telling you. Oh, you had a reaction. Whoop-de-doo. It doesn't matter. We don't care that you had a reaction. You're going to do what we tell you anyway. So just do it. That's basically what that messaging is. Now, again, it could be a translation error because that this is just like somebody trying to interpret in real time and trying to, translate that into English, right? But maybe that is literally what she said. So, if that's basically what they're saying, it's pretty clear they don't care. So anything you do that besides hit their bottom line, right? Cut off 30, 40, 50% of their revenue. Yeah, they'll care. They'll absolutely care at that point. Until that happens, they aren't going to give a damn. And they know they have you. So the only thing that would change this is if, Xbox comes out and says, you know what? We're going physical no matter what. We're still going to be doing it. And we have another thing about that. We'll talk about that later. Suddenly gamers decide, I don't like this generation coming up. You screwed me with PS5 by taking away something I paid for, and I'm not going to go with you with the next generation. I'm going to go the other side. Then they'll listen, right? Just like Xbox had to, right? They had a humbling moment going 360 to Xbox One, and that moment required them to rethink their go-to-market position and say, okay, I got to undo all this. No. You can still do all the stuff you're doing, right? Sometimes that's needed. PS2 to PS3, that happened, right? Sony had to get humbled. I guess they're in the same position. And unless that humbling happens, they're going to just do what they're doing. And so we will see, right? They're taking that stance, and I can't blame them. It's not like there is a market condition that says that they won't get away with it. But if gamers do care, it's on them to show up and not spend money with PlayStation. Enjoy, make that happen. We'll see. We'll see if there's enough fervor in the actual gaming market to actually say that's going to happen or not. But I wouldn't hold my breath to see that happen. It would be awesome to actually tell these companies, no, we still want this. But again, the position they're in, it's likely that this is going to work out for them, unfortunately. So we shall see. I want to be wrong, by the way. I want to be wrong on that. I want them, not because of console wars. I want them to be humbled because I think the taking away of physical is at least to me, this is the first time that's going to happen in a market where, you basically have no alternative now. You're stuck with whatever they give you. That's not really because I still can buy vinyl. I can still buy CDs. I can still buy Blu-ray movies. This is going to be the first time where it's nope, we're taking it away. You can only use my store, and that's that. Whatever price we set, you deal with it. If we take your game away, it's just too bad for you. It's just a different world. I don't know that that's so. I'll give you a classic example. These games get delisted. You can keep the digital copy you have, but if you are a new player, you can't get it once it's delisted. You know how you can? This box. You can still get it, and you can still play it. That goes away, and so that becomes a whole new world where we just don't have an option anymore. I don't know how that works out. I think it's bad overall for an industry to just be in that mode. But we will see. I don't know. I don't have enough faith, unfortunately, in the gaming community to stand up and say, nope, Sony, you're going to lose on this one. We're going to take away your money, because that literally is the only thing that's going to make them move. Right. So good luck. But that's basically what they told them. Screw you, you morons. Keep shouting. We know you're going to come back and buy anyway.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Corkenstein, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, just quick shout out to Mav and my condolences, bud. Seems like I didn't know him personally, but it seems like Psychonauts was a solid person, and we need more of those in the world. So Amen. I just want to give out my condolences to you and your loved ones and his loved ones as well. To go into this whole PlayStation, I'm I've been team digital for a while now. And you know, I understand why PlayStation's doing this. Just digital ownership. I mean, you got, I think 80% or like 85%. I gotta look. I have a little sheet here that the Black Viking made. For those that don't know who he is, he had a the Longhouse podcast a while back. We hung out with him in LA.
Awesome.
Frequenter, yeah, really great guy. He made this whole like 7 page kind of detailed breakdown of stuff that we know about, you know, the cover or of physical and digital. And yeah, I mean, it's like 80%, 85% don't even have the game or any bit of data of the game on the disc. It's just like the license key, just the hex key. It's just a means to do a handshake, and then that's it. I think like 10% of it has like 500 megabytes or less of the game, and then you download everything else. So you only have like 5%, like 10 to 5% of actual game ownership, and not even that when you do physical. So I get why Sony's moving away from this, especially when you're looking at costs. It's pretty expensive now because gaming really is kind of the last holdout for being a big proponent of physical media. And you're seeing when you're having companies end their disc making production, other companies, or even like CDs and things like that. You see that, and the people that have to eat that cost are the people still making game discs for their entertainment and their media. And then you get higher prices, and it's just all around bad. So I understand why Sony's doing what they're doing. What I don't support is I think people are fighting the wrong fight. You know, I just cleaned my desk too, so I don't have a physical media game here. But people are fighting the wrong fight with physical media. Fight for better digital ownership of what you have. You know, if there was only a company that tried to do that in 2013, where, you know, you would be able to just because you're already chronically online anyways, as is 24/7. You know, oh my God, I have to check in, I have to be online just to have your game ownership. But you know, you would actually be able to sell your digital media right now and have ownership in a certain way for it and be able to sell that digitally. If there was only a company that tried to do that in 2013, oh yeah, it was Xbox. It was Xbox that tried to do that, and they got absolutely shat on. And granted, their fault because they didn't present that messaging in the best way, like 99% of the times that they do. They kind of didn't really have to. Yeah, they kind of shot themselves in the foot in how they presented it. But this was something that was on the table, and I think this is where people are fighting the wrong fight. Give me a physical disc. Physical disc means nothing now. Physical media isn't the physical media that it was 2 generations ago, even 1 generation ago. I think when Xbox Series X, you're just getting a license. That's it, a key. It's not even it's not even the full game anymore. All you're doing is a license, and if they wanted to take that license away, even though you have that disc, they still can. They can ban your account. Guess what? Now you can't play any games, even if you do have the physical media, because they said, yeah, you're not a person that can play on our platform. You're not going to get what you want out of physical media anymore. What was that?
Sorry, something started playing in the background.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to get that physical media that you had back in the day anymore. What you need to start fighting for is ownership of your actual digital assets. That's what you should be pushing right now, as physical media is being pushed back. The only reason why they still make DVD players and DVDs and music CDs and vinyl only came back because of hipsters, and it became trendy and people started buying more, and it offset that cost. With it, it just became something trendy that influencers and other people started going back to. But there's a lot of people that have pulled back from that, and the only reason why they haven't pulled it is also because these DVD players, these vinyls, these CD players, they don't have hard drives. There's no other way to interact with that media other than physical. Once that goes away, I 100% guarantee you all of that will just disappear. But because you have billions of people that have DVD players and Blu-ray players, They're not, because that's still the only way to interact with that media as of now. But if you could rip those things, you know, if it became more common for them to rip those, I guarantee you they would pull Blu-rays just as fast as what Sony's doing. And Hargeet touched on this as well. And I know, sorry, I'm going to land the plane pretty soon. It's a little long-winded, but Hargeet touched on it as well, that this is just a way for them to monetize you. That's the biggest issue I have with this, is they even told you this. What was it, 6 months ago, 7 months ago? This same lady, she literally said they're going to monetize their consumer base. This is how they do it. Because now, can you get PlayStation games on Aniba? No. Can you get them unloaded? Nope. Only the PC titles of them. The PC versions, yes. But can you get actual PlayStation games? No, you can't. The only way to get that and buy it is via their store, their console. And that's, I mean, yay exclusivity, right? Because all those games that you do have and that you do care about physically and digital, and the libraries you built, that's the only way that you're going to be able to enjoy those, because they're going to price lock you out of everything else. It's sad, and this is the problem that I have with it. I don't care if they're getting away with physical. That's fine. Give me something to where I can actually have digital ownership, like what Xbox is doing with Project where they could rip the discs.
Positron.
Yep.
Yeah, Positron. There it is. Yeah, like that, where you could rip the discs onto your digital, and then there you go. Now you have that digital rights asset, then that's yours to keep. Something like that. But we'll see what happens. The same people that are crapping on this, and you know, they're going to be out there hyping up PlayStation 6 next year. It's just, you know, they're right now, boo, physical media. But hey, look I got this all digital PS6 in like 6-7 months. So, you know, or a year, whenever that thing comes out. It's going to be the same people speaking out of both sides of their mouth, and that's just what they do. And PlayStation knows this. They know they got them locked in, and that nobody is ever going to switch. And if they do, you know, they'll end up getting a PS6 at some point in time, probably when it may be a little bit cheaper, but they're still going to get you back into their ecosystem in some shape or form. So they know people aren't leaving, and that's why they're going to do this. Wolverine's probably going to sell a bunch digitally, and they're going to use that as a talking point. See, this is why we moved away. GTA 6, it just has a code in a box, and people are still buying that and not giving the same type of energy. So it just is what it is. It sucks, but we're moving into this new world of digital, and it seems that Sony's making the first leap. I thought Xbox was going to do this actually first. I would have expected this, because 90% of their user base,
right?
Yeah,
we have a story about that. Turns out no.
90% of their user base is digital. That's the shocking part.
Yeah. So Tegan, just to let you know, so Black Viking, good for him. I got a job at Microsoft, not in the Xbox division, but because of that, unfortunately, that meant he could not continue doing the podcast, because it would be talking about his own company, which is not allowed. So good for him. It was a great move for him as far as a career. Unfortunately, it did mean that the podcast had to go, which it's disappointing from a community perspective, but really good for him, right? It was a good career move for him, though. So but yeah, that's unfortunately why the Longhouse podcast went away.
And he's still super into gaming, because he hung out with us at Games Fest. It was awesome. Yeah. So that was amazing for sure. Holly, that blue number is in the chat as well. Hello, Holly. How are you? It's good seeing you. Thanks, Holly, for you and Hargeet holding the fort down last week with the power outage. That was crazy. It went even from bad to worse. But anyway, that's behind us, and we're moving forward today. We got over 160 people watching us live right now. Thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate you. And if you want to, you can definitely hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss anything that we got coming up. Every Sunday we do a show, and we do appreciate the subscription. We're on the road to 4K. We're trying to get 4,000 subscribers right now, and then of course eventually 10K is our ultimate goal. As they say, your ultimate goal should be able to 100,000 or whatever. I'm trying to be realistic and think baby steps. Not the game. Sorry, FARK QUE. I know you got excited for that. But oh, just kidding, FARK QUE. It's all right. But yeah, so disc bad, right? Yeah, that's it. So and a lot of fanboys. Let's uncover this. The ponies, like MBG was losing his ever loving mind, and like I said a show or two ago, that I think the reason he reacted like he did and so pissed off and saying and coming out against Sony is that he really thought they were going to back down fast. He really thought that. He thought he could get a win by being the voice of reason and then when it happened, he could be like, oh, look what we did, blah, 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 this and that. And, and they listened to us and blah, blah, blah. And then it didn't. And then after a while, he's like, 2 weeks went by and he's like, oh, fuck. I'm about to lose all my fan base if I keep this shit up. So now he's all cowered back and he's, or should I say, Sony has him back in line.
Put him back in the stables.
Pretty much. Yep. Bring that pony in.
I mean, when has PlayStation ever backed down, though? That's the thing. When have they ever made a decision? They're like, yep, we made a mistake, and they walked it back.
Yeah.
I'm even surprised they acknowledged, they even said something, because they don't even do that. They just make a decision, people eat it up, and oh, yep, it's just par for the course for the industry, and then that's it. I'm actually really surprised.
But you know why they did it, right? You know why she finally talked about it? Oh, we got a voice.
Sorry, no.
Sony doesn't care. They're eating the discs.
They're eating the disc. They're eating the cats. They're eating the disc. But hold on there, Corp. But they. All right, so they're not stopping it. We know it's coming. And I lost my train of thought. So go ahead, Corp. Go ahead. What were we gonna say?
Sorry. Noise FOMO said, when I was saying, when did they ever walk something back? And he said Concord.
Touche, my friend.
Well played, sir.
Exactly.
Well played.
Got it. Yep, exactly. That's got that one right there.
Damn, that one got me good.
Yeah. Oh, we got another one coming in.
Helldivers 2 PSN login on PC last time they did.
Yeah, that's true. So very rarely, but it does. There's 2 examples right there when it happens. So kudos to you guys.
And to Target's point, it's because it tanked their player base and they lost. And that was their number one, at the time, that was their number one live service game at the time. Yeah. That was their moneymaker. Yeah. And they tanked that. And
And I remember what I was talking about. So your reason was, why did they finally address it now? Well, it's because that was the earnings call. And everybody on the earnings call repeatedly asking the question. These are their shareholders coming at them repeatedly, one after another, saying, why are we not doing disc anymore? Why? Because they don't understand what the deal is, and they just when they So although their stock prices when they first announced it went up because they're like, oh, well, that's not costing us money. We're gonna make more money. Woohoo! That's what we want to do. Oh, goodness. Gosh, let's see. There's all big caps on that one. Do we want to put that one up on the screen, Hargeet, and read that one? Or is that I haven't a chance to read?
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys think that if they release Gears on a Game Pass, it will affect the devs? Could they push for it to go multi-plat for more money, even though it's got the exclusive tag?
Well,
it's going to Game Pass.
It is.
I don't know where that's coming from. It is in Game Pass.
On a Game Pass. And the devs, they're getting paid already, no matter what. And even people, that's the misconception that if you put your game on Game Pass, you're not going to make any money or you'll be limited to money. That's not true. They work out deals with these companies to where they're going to get a shit ton of money ahead of time. Is the security of Game Pass for smaller titles, for sure, is what's beneficial to them. And if a company didn't want to put their game on Game Pass, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but in this case, it's Microsoft and it's their own studio, and they work out. And again, I don't know the exact particulars, but there is a some sort of formula they use for amount of engagement, hours played, something along those lines that gives them an equivalent of a sale. Now, what that means, I don't know. That's up to them. A lot of the developers are, and rightfully, kind of annoyed with the pattern change from what they're used to, because the way the gaming development industry kind of worked was you work. When the game comes out, you get your sales. That's when you get your bonuses, and that's tied to how effectively your game did in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough, but unfortunately, in a Game Pass world, that coverage is different. You're being paid the whole time by Game Pass's continuous revenue. So you're not really like limited by the sales issue. However, the flip side of that is you're also not getting the benefit if there are sales or if there is engagement. So you might hear numbers like 20 million people downloaded this game, but only 3 million bought it, right? But that 20 million engagement is totally fine as long as the publisher has worked that with the development studio in a way where the development staff is good and they're taken care of. And this somehow they have not been able to fix that problem, or maybe they have. I don't know. This is kind of the problem we see from some of the people that are a little annoyed, right? Because that old pattern was there, and now you're like, well, but wait a minute, where's my big check? I was expecting, hey, we released the game, we got over the deadline, I did my 6 months of crunch. Where's my paycheck? Where's my bonus, right? I totally understand that, right? Unless they're going to get into a normal mode and say, like every other Microsoft employee, we just give you a bonus based on Microsoft's performance, and here you go, right? If they did that, I think it eliminates that problem. I don't know the economics of that, and I don't know that Amy would want that or Satya would want that. So you have to also look at it from their perspective. So I don't know how that works, but I think that's been the contention. So it's not like it's going to cause any problem for Coalition. The game's going to do fine, well enough. It's going to be okay. They're going to get their pay because they've already been paid. It doesn't matter. Microsoft is happy with where they are, right? It's more, do they get that extra bonus or not? And that part of it is disappointing, I'm sure, from a developer perspective. I don't know what the answer to that is. And I think, Cork, you've been in the development community, right? So you actually know how this feels. Maybe you can kind of elucidate what that would look like if you had to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically what's called I think it's called amortization. I think is what it is on when you look at the financial reports. It's basically what they're paying off over time, essentially, and that's what it is. So that's why I always find it funny when people are like, "This game was a failure" after like 2 weeks of launch, because it's not even like the amortization has even kicked in yet for that of what the long term. Basically, what that is essentially it's like gradually paying something off for the development. So yes, this game cost 400 million to make. You released it, and now you're seeing 100 million in sales right now. They're not going to instantly say the game's a failure because it didn't make 400 million. No, they're going to see that being gradually paid off over time. And that's how kind of Game Pass works as well, is that, yes, you did this, but with that Game Pass and subscription costs, it helps fund. And then if you have a live service title like Gears probably will be, that even adds in more. So that's why when it was the same thing with Call of Duty, when people are like, they took a 300 million loss or whatever, 300 million loss on Call of Duty, and it's like, that was projected sales that they lost. They actually made billions on that game because of all the actual sales that they did, microtransactions and things like that into Game Pass. So sorry, did I answer your question? I think I went off on a totally different topic.
Yeah, it's more like, as far as the developers, are we causing them an issue? Are we causing Coalition an issue if it goes into Game Pass? I think that was the question.
No, especially when it's first party, because you nailed it. They're being paid by Microsoft, or by Xbox, and Game Pass is the thing that's funding Xbox, which in turn is funding them. There may be dispute on how success is measured. That could be something which you touched on. That could be something like a dispute like that. Is it done per click? Is it done per play hours? Is it done per download? Is it done per, there's different measurements. We're not privy to that. They don't tell us those kinds of things. It's not a problem. Third party, maybe, like you said, when it's an independent developer and they don't have a live service element, and they did do the 6 months of crunch and they released the game, and they're not seeing, they already got the Game Pass bag and they're not seeing the longevity of sales or stuff like that. That's where those games tend to fail in Game Pass, because there's no added revenue add-on, like a live service element. Sure, they got the Game Pass bag and they got the games in consumers' hands, but now you are missing that sale. But you should have made up for that with some kind of this is why live service is such a big prominent part of gaming right now, because it literally is holding the game industry up in terms of staying alive is live service.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and thank you for answering that, because you have done a lot of work on games, and I mean, we don't know the exact particulars. We do know, even from Phil Spencer, that there was, or there is, at least at that time, and I assume it's still going on now, there are many different ways that a game company can make revenue or get the use of Game Pass. In other words, there's not one formula for everybody. There's multiple different ways that they can do that to entice them to bring a game in to Game Pass, whether it be revenue sharing, or even some games, some people have said that, well, our game wasn't going to get finished, or we didn't have enough revenue to get it finished. We worked out a deal with them to be on Game Pass for a year, and they gave us a big amount of money up front to finish our game so they could see it to fruition. And then now we're able to do the game and complete it. So, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. Or a game that's been out for a while that they didn't get the recognition because of saturation or whatever. And they're like, they give them a second life just by working out a deal to be on Game Pass. And some of it could be, because obviously they know if somebody downloads a game, they know how many downloads that particular game has for the week, month, year, whatever, since time of inception or whatever. And then they also know when somebody boots up a game. All that stuff is in their algorithms that they go by, and that they can look at that in a heartbeat. And if you don't think they know how many people are on Game Pass right this second, dude, they know exactly what's going on, because it's their programs, their software, right, Hargeet? They can see everything, so they know what works, what doesn't, what's the best way to approach a developer to be on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously have metrics. That's the way it goes, right? They know how much money is coming in, who's engaging, how many people are logging in every day. They have all that stuff, right? Whether it's any one of their games or if it's Game Pass, they have all that information. They also know how many consoles have been turned on, how many consoles are actually used for gaming, how many consoles are used for just media, right? How many consoles aren't used at all, right? They have all that stuff. It is what it is, right? So yeah, that stuff they absolutely have. But yeah, I mean, like as far as this part, I don't think that the idea of Game Pass versus exclusivity is fully baked yet. But right now, as of now, Asha is trying to keep both. So we're getting Game Pass and exclusivity. So the idea that it needs to go to PlayStation. Well, here's the problem though. Is going to PlayStation for this game going to actually do anything? We're not seeing the engagement. Halo just went there. We're not seeing the engagement. It's not really selling to the level where you'd say it's worth putting the port over there. So I don't know that Gears going over there would be different. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. As part of the going exclusive thing, there were supposedly talks about even getting rid of Steam, and they're like, hell no. So Coalition put their foot down and said, no, we want to put it on Steam. So okay, I tend to think that's a good idea. You really don't want to piss off PC gamers, and taking something from Steam just is like a bad foot. Just don't do it. Just don't go down that path. Just put it there. It's fine, right? If you want to entice people to buy it on your store, absolutely do that. So reverse the thinking of like, I want to pull it from there till people come to my store. No, do the opposite. Make people want to buy it on your store, but do not pull it from Steam. It's a bad idea. Leave it there. Just put it there.
There's only certain titles that can get away with that, and
yeah,
it's usually
and
big.
Call of Duty wasn't one of them. Let's just point that out. Call of Duty tried that, and they relented and went back. Call of Duty did that. Call of Duty did that. So tell me what game's gonna beat that? Like, get over it. It's not a good idea.
It's not. WoW, Fortnite are probably the only two that like get away with not being on Steam because of how massive they are. There's Call of Duty's up there, but like I said, they already tried it and they got backlash. It was bad. So Yeah, like those are the only two I can think of that you can't get anywhere else other than their own store platform that are still insanely popular.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I don't
Yeah.
think that's a good plan. But either way, nice
So-
tangent.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So sorry. All right. So with the financial thing, and they're talking about the their financials and why they're not doing the disc in the future. And one of the things you guys has said about I don't believe that the PlayStation 6, if it comes out at all, is going to be in 27. I just do not realistically think it's ready to go or will be. We'll see. But what, Hargeet, when is the end of physical from Sony, isn't it?
Jan 2028. So we have a year and a few months left. So about a year and a half, but we have a year plus before it goes away. And that goes away not for PS6, guys. It goes away for PS5.
Yeah.
So they're doing that to PlayStation 5 players that bought a disc drive.
Yep, exactly. But wouldn't it make more sense to make sure that physical is completely off the plate? And then they could be like, oh, and here's our digital PlayStation 6. It plays everything, it plays our games. Our games are just digital, but it plays our games. You don't have to worry about disc anymore. Just plays our games. So, that could be a good selling point. Nothing they have to, backtrack on because it's there. I mean, it's just a thought.
Yeah, as far as you mean, like when does the PS6 come out? I don't know. Like there's a lot of rumors that it could be at the end of next year, right? So 27 is likely for both. Could they push it a year? Sure. There's like people like Paris, right? He wants the whole thing to be pushed out because of component costs.
Yep.
So that's one potential option. I don't know the component costs come down in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. I don't know where things are. So we'll see. But yeah.
Yep.
Good old Gaz.
Yeah.
Sony doing the kind of corpo babble damage control we expect from Microsoft. Ooh.
Yeah. So with that said, these are I guess they're things from the corporate meetings that they had. If you want to read some of those, they're pretty enlightening. They worded it.
Yeah, Sony highlighted Saros in its financial results. Says Saros received high acclaim with a Metacritic score of 88 and is steadily expanding its user base.
I mean, it's not Hargeet. Does that mean so? I didn't say, huh?
I mean, if you want to hear corporate speak, I'm pretty good at translating it.
Okay.
Basically, the media we paid off, or else we'll blacklist them, gave it a very good score, and by steadily increasing its player base, or expanding its user base, it means that it's not doing great as far as selling wise. That's basically, but we want to phrase it in a way that's saying it's selling, it make it look like it's selling still and that it's a success, but it's nowhere near the levels that they had planned. That's basically what that says.
Perfect. I'm so glad that we have Cork on today with his PlayStation decoder ring.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Hargeet, pretty accurate, huh? What do you think?
Pretty much. And to the point of what Gaz was saying, Xbox had started doing this a while ago, where they would stop telling us numbers because the numbers were bad. And this is now what we're seeing with PlayStation because the numbers are bad. That's just the way it is. So yeah, here we have Genki. Sony only had this to say about Marathon and its latest financial results. With the release of Season 2 in June, Marathon has maintained a high user retention rate while also acquiring new users. Okay, but we don't have any metrics beyond that, right? Okay, fair enough.
I think we can look at the Steam numbers.
Yeah, we do have that.
The 5 users we have didn't go to 4. And we actually... Yeah, that's basically what that says. Yeah, the small amount of users we have right now didn't drop. So our retention rate's high still. 100% retention rate is still 100%, even if it's 5 people. That's
I mean, right now it's in the 5 to 6 range. That's kind of where it sits on Steam, right? Okay, so that's 5 to 6,000. That is right, but yeah. Okay, if that's enough for them, that would be one thing. The question is it profitable? And my assumption is based on what they have now, it's not. So they need to make
Based
that.
on what they paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. And even what they're paying Bungie right now, right? They still have a studio to keep paying to make the next game, which I don't know what the next game is. So we'll see. But yeah, that's whatever.
Crazy. It's crazy talk. I did hear someone defending Marathon, a pony bought a couple of weeks ago, who made the comment. I wish I had it where I could pull it up, but I don't. But made the comment that well, it's no Concord. What a high bar!
As I say, that's the metric of success. It's at least it's not Concord. That's a win.
Yes.
Yeah.
I suppose that's always the case for any gaming venture. At least it's not Concord.
Yeah. I mean, it was ET before that. You know, at least we don't have
Yes.
like 5,000 cartridges buried in a desert somewhere.
At least it's not Concord.
Yeah. For those gray beards in there that remember that game or that story. Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, Marathon is a great game for a niche audience. That's the problem for it. It's not a bad game. It's a good game. The gunplay is great. Bungie has the best gunplay in any first-person shooter. I will die on that hill every day. The gunplay is fun. It's just a very niche audience. That was what killed the game.
Yep. I agree. Welcome out to over 213 people watching us live. Killian, at least it's not Concord. Oh, shit. Kiln. Yes. But I listen to Shaun and Dirt so much that I say Killiam now. It's just so funny. And yeah, the ET. You know what's funny is I actually have a copy of ET. I get a game case out of my garage studio, and right there is my copy of ET.
Nice.
So there you go. Yep. Didn't have any sand or dust on it or nothing. One that didn't make the drop, as it were. Actual copy. Only problem with that game is that it did have a glitch in it. One of the reasons why they dumped it, because they couldn't fix it, couldn't be repaired, couldn't be updated, Hargeet, from downloads or updates, and had a fatal flaw in the game. There's a certain area that if you landed in, you'd be stuck and you couldn't progress in the game. And that's one of the reasons why they pulled it and tanked it and destroyed the copies and tried to write it off on taxes and such, because it had a flaw and they couldn't fix it because no digital. Just saying. Interesting.
No day one patch.
Looks like we got some gifted members coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So scarcely relevant. Gifted 5 WEBDAVE memberships.
Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate that. And if you do get a gifted membership, hopefully you'll thank the person that gave them to you. Or at least if you'd like to get one for yourself because you didn't get one, they're only $1. That's it. That's all. $1 little dollar bill. You don't have to buy them at all. You don't have to. Don't do it if you don't want to. But if you'd like to, it's there. And with that, you'll get access to over 30 different emojis, including the Corkenstein emoji, which is there right now. Cork's got his own emoji up there on the channel.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, bring that up. Exactly.
There we go.
There it is. Corkster. Look at that face. And a beard. I like that beard. It looks good.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
It's no Hargeet beard, but it's getting there almost. I actually do need to get it cut pretty soon.
Yeah. Hargeet's got one of the best beards in the business. That's for sure. A lot of good ones out there. I got a little beard, little stubbies. There you go. But yeah. And FARK QUE putting up. And FARK QUE, why don't you put your emoji in there? FARK QUE has his own emoji because FARK QUE does a lot of work on the channel. In fact, he helped with the thumbnail is used today. So appreciate that. And we are in the works. Just so you know, we are in the works for our Halo shirts. Hargeet, I'll send you some proofs in the next week of those you can take a look at. But we do have our Gamers Council Halo shirts. And my. I don't know if you saw the thumbnail last week, but we had Holly as Cortana.
Yep, I saw it.
Yep. And she approved it. So there you go. So not that she wouldn't approve it, but it definitely was, very flattering. Anyway, what But we had her hairstyle. That was the thing. We couldn't give Holly a little bun haircut. We had to give her full flowing locks on that. So it's awesome. All right. So where do we want to go from here, Hargeet? We have.
The
much.
obvious next step is this idea of the Helix and a disk drive. Since that's also something we heard about.
We did, and we have actually. There's let's see here. I've got let's see. I got this one first, and then I've actually got the little clip from Digital Foundry we can play as well. Share this. All right, let's see what you want to read on this, and then the actual clip from them too. Go for it.
All right. Microsoft reportedly planned to maintain physical disk support, likely via an external drive, to preserve players' existing game libraries. This was before a recent company reset. Digital Foundry's John Linneman remains personally optimistic that Xbox might still support physical media in the future. Would this make you switch to Xbox?
Well, let's play the clip and see. Share this tab. Please work. Please work.
Oops. Sorry.
You're good.
I don't know if that came through the mic or not. It was a Amber
Just
Alert.
a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit, but yeah.
Hello, play. All right. Now let's straight plays. Of course not. Let's refresh this page and see if we can get that to do that. Hey, everything's spinning. I hope it didn't start all the way at the beginning. Probably. Okay, cool. That's great. Let me pull that off the screen and I'll get it back for us real quick. Jesus. All right. In the meantime, we'll show this image instead. Hey, there we go. And now I can fix the other. Until we get that clip back up. That's right here. All right. And of course, now it's playing. Now that I have it off screen. That's always the way. That's always the way, Hargeet. It's always the way. Here we go. Oh, add it to the screen. Kapow. And boom.
That's interesting, Rich. One thing I'd heard from a couple sort of sources, and this is just kind of like, potential rumory stuff, but at least before the current Xbox reset, I don't know where it is now. It sounds like Microsoft was actually very much going to continue disk support, not because they valued retail disk sales, but because they wanted to ensure that all your Xbox games were still playable on new Xboxes. Right. And it's like, oh, we could offer maybe an external drive or basically some means. And I think that might all tie into this disk to digital stuff as well. But I get this feeling that they actually, especially given their reaction, I'm not saying they're going to solve problems or anything drastically going to change, but I do see a future where Microsoft actually supports disks going forward for users that want to take their library with them, while Sony just completely cuts people off.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
I like how I said that, or Sony just cuts people off. How can you do this? Oh, goodness. Cork, your thoughts on this? Do you think it's going to happen? We've heard a lot of rumors, a lot of back and forth. What do you think?
I don't think so, because look, Xbox has already said they want to bring down the price of consoles.
Right.
Bringing up a disk drive, that's probably going to be $200, $300 extra added on to a console.
The disk drive, the actual disk itself, a drive itself, is like $20.
Yeah, but they're not going to sell it for $20,
right,
especially when we're seeing that I think LG stopped making disk drives. Somebody else stopped making disk drives. Let me see. I have it right here.
But I meant the price of the system. It would only be like a $20 more to the base price of whatever it would cost if they wanted to incorporate it that way. But if they made an external like Sony did, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to get this out.
Yeah.
But like Sony has done, is they're like $80 for an external disk drive, which they're still making a profit off. And something like that, Microsoft could do easily. And in fact, they've done it before with their HD drive.
Yeah. But yeah, wasn't the HD drive like $200 or something like that when it released? It was pretty pricey.
Yeah. Because
but it was also new technology.
Well, yeah, but
like I said, it's different times, especially like I said. Let me see. I got it right here. What disk company? There's like 3 or 4 that have stopped. Oppo, Samsung, LG, and And then now we're seeing Sony ending recordable Blu-rays. Sony's ending Blu-ray disc, and we're seeing a downward trend of CD makers leaving, which means when those leave, prices are going to increase, especially for the media that's required to read them. So sure, they may be like an $80 extension now, but when you're seeing that these disc prices, that the CD prices aren't making enough money to sell, that's when you're going to raise those prices, because people aren't buying CDs as much because you're going into a mostly of an all digital kind of future. So that's what I mean by that. So it could be like a 200, even 150. Either way, adding on more to the console when you're trying to bring that console price down is pretty crazy. You have a better chance of just incorporating a hard drive in, because you could buy those at massive wholesale rather than make a whole new proprietary kind of device that have to be patented and researched and now included as an external device, read and function. You have to make sure that it can't be hacked and things like that. You're adding on a lot of extra costs and stuff into this drive now, when you could just make it something that's internal and save a ton of money instead. That's the only other thing. That's basically. So I don't think they would. Also, DF really isn't my first choice. I would go for breaking Xbox news.
Oh no, you're right. There's plenty of other sources for this too, and I'm a
little skeptical on his sources. But that's my only thing is I don't know. I would rather just have them incorporate it into it or not have it at all. I don't want to have to pay more money to do something that I really shouldn't have to, in a sense.
Right. But think of it this way, that if you remember, there was a time when Xbox came out with a new console, and they required the included pack-in of a Kinect, which brought the price up of the system right away. And then that was one of the big things that Phil did when he got in, was he removed it from the packaging, which brought the price down about $100. So it saved them a lot of money that way. And if they had done it to begin with, they might not have lost that generation at all. But neither here nor there. It's the way it is. But to think that they could offer it as a standalone add-on is definitely a possibility. And you think, why would they do that? Well, one of the big things that they're talking about now is the backwards compatibility. They have all these old games that are available, whether you like it or not. There's still a lot, and I mean you personally, but I'm just saying, people in general, that there's a lot of retail stores, used markets for games and stuff that are out there, that are people that own their own collections. They've collected for years, and they love to be able to continue to play those on their newer console. And this gives them access to that. And also maybe the CD add-on system is also part of the, what did we call it earlier, Hargeet? Positron, exactly. Maybe it's part of that where you can actually put the disc in and stuff, and it not only plays the disc, but to read write. There's still a lot of people that still have huge Blu-ray collections, right, Hargeet? I know I've got a big one. I got a whole wall full of Blu-ray and DVDs. It's insane how much stuff I have in my garage. It takes that one whole wall is nothing but disc. Something like, I don't know, 8,000 last time we counted. So there's a lot of box sets and discs that I just me personally have. So I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that have those collections, and even if it's a smaller degree, it's just my favorite show is this, and whatever. It's like, but you got it, and you want to have it, you want to be able to watch it. So there's people that even to this day, like, oh, it's Outbreak, and you think, why would that happen? I mean, they make turntables, they make records and stuff now. And in fact, Hargeet, Corkenstein, if you remember, just a few weeks ago, one of the and I've got this, and I got it. I'm gonna bring it up. One of the things that got released from Sony when everybody was waiting for them to respond to their disc thing, and thinking everybody, they're going to back out of it. They're gonna come back and say we're going to start doing disc again, and we listened to the people and all this kind of stuff, and that didn't happen. But they had one of their first or second ads that they ran was about a new product coming out from Sony. And Hargey, do you remember this story? I know I've got it. I'm pulling it up now. And it was the their release of a brand new 2026 album player, record player. Oh, here it is. I do have it. Oh, we got to share this. And the comments in this thing, you talk about ripping somebody's ass open. Excuse my language, but holy shit, did they get the comments on this are insane. Tone deaf hacks is. I'll let you read the top of that, Hargeet.
Yeah. So first, rediscover the warmth, detail, and ritual of vinyl with the LX3 turntable. Drop the needle, press play, and enjoy music the way it was meant to be heard. Time to upgrade. And Silent Cypher, shout out to Silent Cypher. Hey, PlayStation fanboys, here's some of that sweet physical media support for you to consume.
And I love his hashtags.
Hashtag tone deaf. Hashtag hags.
And we'll play the little. Let's hope this play. Please play. Yeah, there you go. So, Hargeet, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean the drive itself shouldn't be that big of a cost to them. They already have one, right? They're doing it today.
Yep.
So they would just continue to use that. A lot of the data on the drive is just really the disk is really just a key. I think you mentioned that, Cork, right before.
Yeah.
It's just a license key, and the rest of the data is actually coming from the cloud anyway. So fine. That doesn't mean so you don't need to actually burn a Blu-ray anymore. You could just make it a CD. It doesn't have to be much, right? It just needs to have enough data to be able to handle a license, which doesn't need a lot of space. So they could cut back costs on that if they wanted to continue with physical. But look, I can totally see Phil saying, yeah, we should definitely have the ability for people to take their old discs and use them in the new Xbox, right? You can just see his decision making. That would be a normal Phil type of decision, right? So, yep, let's do that, right? Now, and I also kind of like the idea of external drive because then your base price doesn't have to change based on having that component in there. However, it gives you basically exactly what PlayStation 5 did, where they announced we have a $400 PS5. But good luck finding it. We basically are selling the $500 one that has the disk drive. And if you're lucky and the sun comes out at the right angle and the moon comes out at the wrong angle, and then maybe you might find a one without the disk drive. Good luck. So that is how you like handle it. You just say, look, at the beginning of this life cycle, we know that component prices are going to be terrible, right? And we have to defray costs, right? You can come out and say this is a $600, $700, whatever dollar device, right? You're going to have to do a lot of skimping. There's no way around it. We're going to take a bath. However, we can just say, hey, the first year, it's going to come with a disk drive. The disk drive we sell for $110. And bundled in, it's going to be over 100 more. And we're going to include a game, whatever game. I don't care, whatever it is, right? So now I'm going to charge you 150 more for the one with the bundled with the disk drive and a game. And that's all we're going to sell for the first year. Now, you don't have to tell people that part that's all you're going to sell. You just go to market and say, oh, we have this special bundle that has everything you want. This is awesome, and it costs this much. And but if you want the base model, this is much. There's only 10 of them that were made, but we're not going to tell you that piece. And then you're just going to basically have to buy the more expensive one, and it takes away that hit that they have to take, especially for the beginning cycle where they're going to be overly expensive to make, and they're going to have to take a bath on it, right? So if you can cut that back by just throwing in a disk drive, why not? Now, for those who don't want it, tough noogies. You can go wait until the the digital only model is available. Have fun. Wait until you can find one. It is what it is. And then people are, can go buy that one. But a lot of people, especially in the first year or two, they're fanboys. They just are. We're all in that realm, right? We're going to pre-order this thing. And if it says, well, the only one that you can buy is that one, you're going to pre-order it. It is what it is. You're going to get that disk drive. It doesn't matter. You're going to get it. We're all, unfortunately, stupid enough to do it. We will do it. We will do it. So, but it is what it is. So I think that's the better answer, because look, you tell them no, my price is this. And it just, there won't be a lot of them. But my price is this. And I'm also giving you this optional disk drive in case that's something you want to continue to engage with. No issues. Better yet, make that disk drive available across series consoles and Helix. Now, as far as what's it going to take to physically make that happen, because there has to be some auth between them. Yeah, that needs to happen. They're going to have to figure that out, right? They do have an auth chip, thankfully, right, inside the box. So then they would have to have an equivalent on that drive. So there will be a little bit of uplift, right, as to how they make that work. But that should be something they can handle. They already do that today. That's fine. It's an accessory. They know how to handle their own accessories. They'll just figure it out, right? So that's just something that I think they should pull off. And the amount of goodwill they'll get in comparison to what we see from the other side would be insane, right? It would just be insane, right? So are they going to go all digital? Well, apparently that was not the plan. That was not the plan, right? So now Asha has come in and said, well, the plan is the plan until it's not the plan. So is she gonna change all that? I don't know. Is it more beneficial for everybody in platform world for you to have to buy digital? Yes, it is. Is it better for the publishers? Yes, it is. Is it better for us? No, it's not. And there's the dilemma. Where do they try to placate the customer versus look at their bottom line? But here's the problem, right? Is they're the challenger. She's admitted that they're the challenger. And when you have the opportunity to go in on your competitor, you take it, much like what they did to them, right? PlayStation went in with the same idea that Xbox One had for the PlayStation 4, but then saw the disastrous launch of that and said, we're not presenting this. So, folks, we need to take a break. Our planned presentation will be delayed. And they just literally in that overnight, they just came up with a whole presentation by watching what Xbox did and said, they said this, I want the opposite. They said this, I want the opposite. They said this, I want the opposite. And that's literally their presentation, right? That's what they did. So you have the opportunity to do it back to them. Like they basically given you exactly what you should not say. but they're saying, and you should turn it right around and say, oh no, we're gonna absolutely do physical. We're gonna double down on putting out physical games for Helix. You will still continue to be able to buy that if you want to. It doesn't matter if 90% of the people won't buy it. It doesn't. We're just still gonna give it to you anyway. You can have it. They just will keep all the stuff that people don't want to hear in the background, right? But I think it's a simple win for them. I don't think the mix changes that much for them. I think you'll still find a lot of people are still going to buy digital. That's fine. That helps them in the bottom line, right? But for those who are adamant about it, they're the company that keeps saying, we want to give you options. Cool. This is an option that people literally are clamoring for. And if they actually have the balls to do it, they could switch. They could switch over. We'll see if they do. I don't have as much faith. But if they really care... Oh, we got a thing coming in.
Sweep the leg. Hashtag let PlayStation burn.
Amen.
Yeah. No, literally, that's what they could do.
Yep.
Right? So if there are enough PlayStation players who say, this is terrible, I don't like it, I'm not buying the PlayStation 6, I'm going to buy Helix. There's two things they have to do to make that happen, though. First, your base price has to be competitive. It can't be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds more than a PS6. It's got to be the same price. It's got to be the same price as PS6. And then you say, well, I have an add-on drive. If you want the drive, we'll absolutely give it to you. All the Xbox games, all the way from OG Xbox, all the way through Series, console, right? All that available to you. And we're still continuing to make physical releases for games for Helix. Fantastic, right? So that gives people the option in the market if they want it. If they don't want it, no problem, right? That again, it may be expensive. It may not be expensive, right? Like as far as what the cost of them, yeah, it'll be in that $20, $30, $40 range. It won't be that big of a deal. The drive itself, plus they do have to put in the mechanics to say this is encrypted. So it's probably some caddy thing they're going to have that has the drive in it and then has the logic board that says, yes, this can only be used because it's something we've made it. And therefore you can read that OG Xbox disc and you can read that 360 disc, right? That they're going to have to do that, right? And that's work. They have to do that. Fair enough, right? The cost to make it might be $30 total, right? The cost to design it, I don't even know what they want to do with amortizing that. That's their problem, right? But that might be something you have to pay $100 for. But that's not unheard of. The digital PS5 versus the normal PS5, it was $100 difference. People are used to that. So you just say, too bad, pay $100. And they can then take away a lot of the cost differential that they're going to have to eat if they're going to give you this box, right? They're already losing with the price increase, 150 plus on each box they sell you, right? So it's like, if you just continue that pattern, and I can defray some of this additional cost for the components by saying I'm bundling in a disk drive and I'm taking a lot of money back from that extra cost that I have to eat. There you go, right? And so I think you're asking, what about 2 SKUs? One that's exactly what I'm saying. They would have 2. It's just the availability of the one without the drive will be very limited. Just like playbook of PlayStation, exact playbook of PlayStation. It was like 4 or 5% of the units that were shipped in the first year of PlayStation 5 were the model without the disk drive. 95% was the one with the disk drive because it defrayed cost for PlayStation, because they could charge you that extra $100, and yet for them, because they own Blu-ray, for them that drive doesn't cost as much, so they can plug in that $15-$20 extra and make an extra $80, defraying a lot of the cost to them to sell you that PlayStation, because they were taking a hit on it as well, right? So playbook is already out there. Do it. There's no reason not to, right? So I would just go ahead and do that and make it a market question for the consumer. Do you want it? Sure, here it is. You just have to pay more. And if people want it, they'll buy it. If they don't want it, then the market has spoken, right? It turns out even on PlayStation, a lot of players went ahead and bought the drive. A lot of players, even on the Pro, went ahead and bought the drive. Remember the drive sold out when the Pro was announced?
Yeah.
The drive sold out, right? People wanted the drive, even if they never use it. They wanted the drive. It's like, okay, that's like a perfect scenario. You're not going to take a hit on the cost of making the physical because people aren't even buying that. They just want the drive. So they give you the money for the drive and don't even use it. Like win-win for you, right? From a platform perspective. But hey, you've placated the customer. You've offered them the option your competitor saying, I'm not going to offer. So ultimately, I think that's a great way to win. I mean, it's just, why not do it, right? And look, Asha's really good at reading the room, right? And you can see all this backlash. It's like, okay, you have an opportunity. I don't know how much market share you can realistically pull, but anything's better than zilch, right? So why not take it? It's a gift horse. Just take it. No, I guess pun intended. But hey, why not take it and just push forward, right? Try to make the cost something that the consumer themselves, the customer has to eat. Fair enough, right? And a lot of customers will pay. They did just like $80 for an extra drive. People paid it after paying $700 for the console. People paid it. So let them pay it. If they want it, go for it. I don't see the downside there. Yes, it's work. And maybe that's why they haven't responded yet, is they want to do the work and say, you know what? Let's make this drive. Let's make that happen. Let's announce it at Gamescom, right? It's coming up a few weeks, right? So there's the potential. To me, that's like the right answer. Like, go back to market and say that. I'm not surprised that Phil said yes. I could totally see him saying that. That's just Phil, right? Phil's like that. He's a gamer. He's like, hey, if I can make gaming better for any gamer, I'm going to do that. That's what he does. Like, great. Awesome. Will Asha and Matt, because it's really Matthew Ball who's going to kind of do a strategy here. It is an interesting question, but the market has said something about this. There is some backlash. Is it enough for them to respond? That's the question. They're seeing Sony say, screw you guys. We don't care. And so is Xbox going to say, hey, but we do. And I would love a funny ass commercial because they need a viral moment, right?
Right.
Where they show that same clip of of Lin Tao, the finance person at Sony, saying, hear you, but fuck off. And, and then turn around and say, well, apparently PlayStation doesn't care about you, but I do. And I would like to give you, like, just go into what they're doing with Positron, with the drive, with everything. Like we're absolutely here to give you the options that you are looking for. Whether you like playing digitally, we have you covered. Whether you like playing on the cloud, we have you covered. Whether you like playing physical, we have you covered. Whether you like playing on PC, we have you covered. Whether you like playing on console, we have you covered. Whether you like playing remote, we have you covered. Everything is available. Please come here and enjoy our games, right?
See, that's my issue though with it, is why make it external when you can get all the same good graces with an internal? It makes 0 sense to have an external drive. 0 cents. You're going to spend all that money on marketing. You're going to spend all that money designing. You're going to spend all that money on production. You're going to spend all that money just to make an external drive when you can say, hey, look we're going to include a disk drive with the next one internally. There's 0 reason to have an external drive.
Well,
there really
is
0 reason.
If you bought a digital version of the Xbox, say the Series S, right? The Series S is still a cheap console in comparison to the other ones. That's digital only today. And you say, well, I want to get into your ecosystem and switch, but I don't want to spend $800. What is the one? I think that's how much it costs to get the Series X with disk drive now, right? It's $800. So I don't want to. What was that?
We can get into that too. I got the prices up from Best Buy posted today.
Yeah. So, but I want to get the Series S, and hey, I want to get the disk drive. I just want to get the disk drive. That's one. The second one is, again, your base model can then be cheaper, right? So you can just say or you could just, like you're saying, you could just have 2 SKUs, right? That's fair enough, right?
Just have
but
2
then
SKUs.
there's also I could buy the base model, and then later when I want to, I can go buy the drive, right? It just gives options. So is it viable for them? Sure, because it already happens, right? It's already available, right? They can do that. But to your point, yes, it's work. There's no way around that. It's work. Is it something that they want to take on, though? And is it something of value that they can market well and say, we give you all the options. Do it whichever way you want, right? So yes, you're right. Internal makes it cheaper. Absolutely, right? Plugs right into the board. No problem. But there's the flip side of I give you options, whichever way you want to take it, right? So and it sounds like they were already looking at doing external, right? That's what the note said. So if it's external, that must mean that they're already looking at the potential of how do they make that work with all the security measures needed. So if they've already gone down that path and they're like, 80% there already, it's like, okay, well then just continue, right? that would be my thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, you remember the disk drive worked for PlayStation because it wasn't over $1,000. We're going to be looking at Helix now that supposedly is in the $1,000 plus range. So now you're asking for people to spend even more when you're already asking them to spend $1,000 possibly. It's a tough sell, and that's why I don't think there's a reason. I think they'll have 2 SKUs. Here's a digital. Here's a one with an internal disk drive. There you go. I can't see the need for an external. I mean, sure, maybe for later on down the line, but how many people are going to do that? It seems so. I mean, but then again, this is Xbox we're talking about, where it just doesn't seem very well thought out to spend all that money for an external drive for when you're 90% of your base is digital. It seems more to just make it internal and have a digital version. I don't know. That's why I don't really believe all this. I don't think we need an external drive. I'd rather have them focus on stuff that can bring down costs versus how can we put this off onto the consumer so we can get that easy win when the easy win is just here's an internal disk drive. I don't know.
But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
And, I understand you're very passionate about it. That's cool. But I would say that options are a value. And if you're able to get in, offering the option to add it on later is something that, like, for those that want it, and especially if it is the capability of being backwards compatible and playing their old game disc, cool, it's there. So maybe you can't afford right off the bat. And one other caveat to throw in there is that we know, like, right now in the UK, you can buy PlayStations. I shouldn't say you buy them. You can rent PlayStations from Sony in the UK. It's a monthly payment plan type, like a not even a rent own, but it's a rental service that they have, and you can rent a PlayStation through them, like a lease program, should say, like a lease a car. You can lease a system. Now they have it available now, and that's definitely something I'm sure they would utilize in the future with these more expensive consoles. Xbox or Microsoft did the all access, which I did for my system. That's how I got mine. Was through all access, which was a 2-year plan. Made whatever payments on it, and it was no interest. It was interest free for 2 years, and it included Game Pass in the price. So, which was great. Which I actually had never tried Game Pass before it came with my system, and now I can't live without it, to be honest with you. But that's just me. But the thing is, it's an option that was available to me. To take a step back, because both of the consoles came out about the same, like a week apart, 2 weeks apart, or maybe a month apart at the most, was the PlayStation and the Xbox, the Series and the PlayStation 5. So, because I have a wife that has a budget-minded mindset, that she couldn't see me spending $500 on one and $500 on another system in the same month. That wasn't happening. So I told her, hey, you know what? I've got money saved up. I'll buy my PlayStation outright, and I'll buy my Xbox on this inexpensive monthly payment plan. And she, $34 a month. She's like, okay, yes, win-win for me, because it's an option. It was an option. It's just an option. I get what you're saying. And if it was already included in it and you can buy it, great, cool. But including it, does it bring the price up a whole lot? Not really. I mean, it could, but like you said too, Microsoft being able to buy large quantities, and they're continuing to make the current platform now, and we don't see them stopping anytime soon. Any game that comes out today is going to be compatible with the next gen and the current gen, meaning the current gen now, like the Series X and S. That's the quote unquote standard that's going to be out there. It's going to be that way for at least 4 or 5 years, if not longer. So there's a way in. And to Hargeet's point too, if you bought, say you already had a Series S, like I've got a couple here, and you paid a couple $100 for it at the time, but boy, it'd be nice to be able to play some disc and backwards compatible thing. Well, maybe the disc comes out and it's compatible with the old systems as well as the new systems, and as well as your PC, if everything can play on your PC too, right? I mean, that's an option, right? Where if you plug it into a PC and you can play your games through your online account through your PC. Your thoughts, guys?
That'd be awesome too. I don't know how that would work out, but if it's viable for them to do PC as well, that would be really, really cool. The other one that's happened, I don't know if you know about this one, Korg, is like, Red Wolf, he loves physical. So he buys everything physical. And he said several Xbox Series X's with the drive just stops working. So it's like, okay, now he basically has to get a new system. Whereas instead you could just say, just buy the drive, and like you plug it in and you've got, your drive back. Right. So it's a smaller cost. Versus he could also just ship it in if it's in warranty. It may not be like some of them have not been in warranty, so it basically means buy a new console. So that's just another like option there, right? So it's cool to have the options, and again, it's up to them to make that happen,
right?
And the price can be whatever it needs to be, right? If it needs to be $150, that's the way it is.
Yep.
And like you mentioned, the HD DVD drive, I'm pretty sure it was like $200.
Yeah,
I think it was.
People still bought it. I bought one. I bought the HD DVD drive. The Blu-ray player was the PS3, and the Xbox with the HD DVD drive. So I had both, and like that was how I accessed HD DVDs. Like, hey, I have the Xbox, I'll just use that.
Mhm.
Right. So
I know King David
but yeah,
bought that as well, and he God bless him. He actually he has all of the movies that were available when it came out. There's like maybe 40 of them total that were released around the time, and then he obviously quit making it, so it's no longer viable. But he still has every single.
I've slowly converted almost all of them. I don't think I have any HD DVDs left. I might have a couple left, but I've basically converted all of them over to Blu-rays when they started making the equivalent. But yeah, no, I had a bunch.
Yeah, so it's cool. But like, I don't want anybody thinking I'm coming down on Cork. I'm not at all. I mean,
No, I get it. This was the whole point of
It's
it,
just
is to have a
difference of opinions, that's the
conversation.
whole
Yeah.
point.
it's a good old conversation about it, But I mean, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen until they announce it. Will the announcement be this year? Will the announcement be coming up at Gamescom? Will the announcement be more than likely not a Keighley event, but maybe at the quote unquote 25th anniversary of Xbox event that we know they're in the works for that? So
yeah, no, it's okay. It's like I said, it's a debate,
Yeah.
Maybe maybe
Exactly.
next time I won't think about hitting the ejector button seat on my Tesla when you're in LA next year. I'm just saying.
To be fair, I didn't even ride in your Tesla at all this year.
Yeah, you didn't actually.
No,
I'm sorry about that. We had a whole plan and it just didn't work out.
No, your plan worked out fine. You're like, wait a minute, I can pawn him off on. Yeah.
Wait, who did pick you up this year? Was it Soltech or
Wagerman? Yeah.
Wagger? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're like Wagerman, you get Dave. Sorry. I'm just kidding.
No, I think he switched it on me because we had like people that came in from international, like Alan and Jez and John, but they got stuck in international for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Wow.
To get through customs.
Yeah, it was cool because I got to hang out and talk to Jez for a while, which I'd never got to do before as far as in person. It was really cool. Really cool. Yeah, it's this is a good show so far, guys. We got a little bit of time left, so we're not gonna throw everybody out.
Yeah, I think he's right, because I was never gonna buy that movie, King Kong, but it came with it.
It did.
The Peter Jackson version, right? Or whatever.
The Peter Jackson King Kong, yeah.
Yep.
Which had a game too, which was like an easy 1,000 if you just played the King Kong game. But anyway, whatever.
Yeah, no. I definitely remember that as well. What do you?
Just because the Budster asked, yes, it is a.
Oh, that's so cool.
Batman mask I made.
I also have 3D printed. Yeah.
I have a Daredevil one as well.
I love that.
Yeah, these are the ones I actually make. I need to make more masks.
Heck yeah. So what did FARK QUE say? So what did he say? I can't even read it.
Oh, so you picked me up instead, Cork?
Yeah, instead, Cork. Again, thank you, sir.
Oh, how FARK QUE? I see how you are.
I didn't want that AI smoke from FARK QUE. I don't want him to AI.
No, well, apparently, giving him a hotel room to stay in wasn't enough. I still get roasted all the time. Right, buddy?
Wow.
Right. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Arc Raider friend.
Emotional damage.
Exactly. Oh shit! All right, we're having fun now. All right, so to keep on these to keep these topics going, let's pull up Hargeet. You put this in, and then I've got kind of another little breakdown if I get the right mouse cue. Ka-chow! There we go. All right. So
there it is.
So this is the reset, quote unquote, leaked documents. Maybe I think we'll see. Was it leaked or was it maybe snuck out the door on purpose? That's a lot of this stuff happens.
Yeah, that's usually what happens, right?
So you let me know when you're ready for me to scroll.
Yeah. So Xbox's 4 priorities detailed by Asha after major reset. It's the big the 4 C's, right? So essentially, she's looking for core content creation and connection. Core being strengthen our platform led by console.
You pick Cork Batman, Hargeet Robin, WEBDAVE Alfred.
I'm Alfred. It's because of my age.
Oh wow.
It's me, the
all right.
Thank you, sir. He's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And then content, grow great games into global franchises. Creation, make Minecraft the world's creator platform. And
Mhm.
then connection, extend the worlds that fans love.
Yep. I
So
like
those are kind of the main points of what she's looking at. In a post, she also said that over 200 million new players came to Xbox and our games in FY26, but our business did not grow with our audience. While she admits it'll likely take some time, the Xbox boss believes the 4Cs will help close that gap. This follows Xbox's 1.7 billion revenue drop through FY26, its first decline since Microsoft acquired.
Turn 54 tomorrow, WebDave. It's not just you.
Well, happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday to you. And yeah, that's yeah, you're not as old as me though. Whew, I'm old.
Yeah, okay, so acquired Activision Blizzard, right? According to Sharma's memo, Xbox will measure its progress towards its goals in 3 stages. The first being a return to growth by the end of 2027. I assume they mean FY 2027. I don't know if it means the end of the year 2027, but we'll see. Followed by transforming projects invested into growth themselves. In FY 28 and 29, our 4Cs and roadmap must move into business producing meaningful player value and revenue acceleration. The third stage is to scale that works and be halfway to our long-term goal by fiscal year 2030. Our ambition is to be halfway to our long-term daily player goal with sustained double-digit growth in players and engagement and industry-leading margins.
There you
go. Yeah, so I mean, we can just start getting into it, right? But
yeah, go right ahead.
So the first one is it was Core, which I think is the platform, right? So I don't know if like Corkenstein, you want to kind of get into your thoughts on Core, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yeah. So the strength of their platform with Core and stuff like that, led by console, I think that's where they're hoping these console exclusives kind of play a part, as well as giving value to what Helix is going to do, because that will still be a console, whether it's a hybrid console. I think we're done with the age of traditional consoles now. It's all hybrid. I mean, it's worked well for Switch, whether people want to realize that is a hybrid console, whether they want to admit it or not. But I think, with the hybrid of it being a PC as well, I think that's where they're looking at, is how can they strengthen their platform with getting more people to invest and more people to spend and play on their console, or at least on their platform, which includes PC, but they want consoles to be the leading mark, not PC. So that's where I think it is, and that's where they're looking at, is how can we give the next console the most value to our consumers, and the most interest to our hardcore gamers, with console exclusives returning to certain titles. So that's definitely something I think that they're looking at for Core. We're just doing the Core first one, right? Or are we gonna?
You can go through all if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Content, grow great games into global franchises. I think this is where they're already looking at. We've seen it with Fallout. They got 2 or 3 new Fallouts now that they've admitted in the works. They're not giving up on Starfield. Halo's coming back bigger than ever. Fable's coming back now. Gears of War's coming back now. So they're already doing the content. They're looking to get some great games into these global franchises. And I think this is where the content and connection kind of play hand in hand, because they're going to extend the worlds that fans love. TV movies. They're already doing it with Fallout. So expect probably something Gears of War, which I think is already in the works. They may even go and revisit Halo again, get Master Cheeks back on the big screen, in some way. Who knows what they may do with Halo. I liked the show. I thought it was good for what it was. I'm not a big fan of, just a little offside tangent, I'm not a big fan of 1-for-1s, you know, because we've already seen that story. I've already experienced that that story and that show. Give me something new that's going to make me love the universe I'm already invested in, because that's what I want to see, is more of the universe, not more of what I've already seen and done. So that's why I like the direction. Same thing with Gotham. I know people hated Gotham. I was a big fan of Gotham because it was something unique and special, not, you know, just a 1-for-1. So all right, tangent over. Creation, make Minecraft the world's creator platform. Yeah, it already is. I mean, if the rumors were to be believed in the speculation, Minecraft is what's been holding up Xbox's business for a while, and it still does. I mean, it's an insane moneymaker. Every year, I think it's one of the top 10, you know, or 5 games played. I don't know how they keep making money on that game. Yeah, sure. I mean, probably because of the live service element and, you know, skins and all that good stuff. But like people actually buying the game, I mean, I'm pretty sure the way it's going, everybody in the world has a copy of Minecraft at this point, with how much it's selling. So it makes sense. I mean, these definitely are core values. You know, it's funny. It's kind of dangerous to call them C4. You know, I mean, with how Xbox has been doing, I'm surprised no one's made that joke yet. Like, oh, here's another bomb Xbox is going to drop on itself. They're literally calling it C4. You know, like, I don't know. That's what I see. We actually, well, with the industry I work in, we actually had something called C4 and had to remove it because of 9/11 and all that stuff. So, but yeah, that's why it just came to mind right now. But it makes sense. These are strong things that the other businesses are already doing. You know, look at Nintendo. This is basically a roadmap for Nintendo on what Nintendo's doing. Extend the worlds the fans love. They have a world. They have a theme park. They have a theme park. They have these movies. Sony's now already doing it with their TV shows, The Last of Us, and now God of War, which is cursed. I think I sent you guys in the private chat that they're looking at to recast the kid already.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah. So like things like that though. So I mean, these are moves that other companies are already making in this space. They just don't have these creation elements like Minecraft. That Sony did with Little Big Planet, but then and Dreams, but they gave up on that. I don't know why. I thought that was insanely special and was good. Could have really strengthened their brand and stuff like that. But yeah, content, grow great games into global franchises. They're already doing that with Nintendo. I mean, Mario's already one of the biggest ones. Xbox is just kind of late to the party there. So it's a good platform. It's a good starting point to bring them in line with the other platforms while still giving them their own identity.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. So core, you know, again, the platform led by console, you're starting to see a lot more development focus on features for the console. So that's good. It brings a little bit of like excitement back to it, right? There's new things happening there. Which is cool. Presumably there'll be something along those lines with Helix. We'll see how that works out. I'm also seeing some of the features that come into the console also go into the PC app, the Xbox app. Again, pretty cool. So strengthen our platform led by console. Yep, they need to get like more sales, which by the way just did happen, right? They had an 86% bump in sales. That's pretty good. Let's see if that trend continues, that they keep increasing their sales. You know, so that's one thing they need to do. And then they need to start giving us reasons to be there, right? So give us new features, new things, new capabilities, whatever, right? Start doing more things there. That might also include things like exclusivity, right? That's probably something that's going to keep happening to kind of strengthen the platform. Oops. And then there goes Dave.
Connection for that's what Xbox is going to work on next. Connection for WebDave to keep his internet going.
Somehow we need to have WebDave not leave us in the middle of streams. All right,
it's me hitting the wrong button. That had nothing to do
of
with
course.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think the next one was content. Content is certainly something they need to focus on in making sure that people keep looking at their franchises as something that's relevant. And They have a lot of big games, so hopefully that's not going to be as big of an issue. But there's always a where your audience is versus what you're doing with that content. They need to kind of figure that piece out. So we'll see how that works out. You know, they just released Halo. I don't know that the numbers are that great for it. Certainly they were not great on PlayStation. I don't know what they did with the other platforms. I think the player numbers on Steam is pretty much gone. I don't know if it's being played at all. But yeah, it's you know, that's something they need to kind of work through. And that's fair. So they do need to actually look at their content and make sure that they stay relevant. So well, actually it's not bad right now. It's at 11,000 players. That's pretty good. So that's not too bad. The next one was creation. One of the things that's been happening, and they mentioned this is why Mojang is now under Asha, is they took the profits they're getting from Minecraft to subsidize the other smaller studios. That's cool, but then how do you reinvest that back so that the platform itself, that Minecraft itself, continues to maintain relevance, right? Roblox has come around and it is doing a lot of numbers, and it is essentially a platform where other content creators kind of make whatever games people want to play on that platform. Is that something they can partially replicate in Minecraft, but do so with enough filters to make sure that the content doesn't become something that's not child friendly, right? That's not family friendly. It's a challenge, but it doesn't matter. It's something they should tackle. And I think that's a good focus area for them, is to compete better with Roblox and not just let Roblox eat its lunch, right? So I think that's a fantastic focus, right? Minecraft was the game for kids, right? It may still be that, I don't know, but we have to kind of see it evolve, go beyond what it was doing. They added those Minecraft dungeon games. There was another one, right? There was some other there was like a battle game too, right? There was Minecraft Dungeons, and there was like another one where there was you're just doing battles on an arena. Like I can't remember what the name of that was, but it was Minecraft something, but whatever. I can't remember. But like they had these offshoots, right? It's like no, the platform itself. What are you doing to make that better? And so I agree with that, right? They need to really make Minecraft into the place, especially the one Legends. That's it, Minecraft Legends. Yeah. And they, you know, they do have the reputation as family friendly, even though it's got zombies and all that, but it's still family friendly. And a lot of parents are still much happier to give their kids access to Minecraft versus Roblox, where we've had some icky things come out, right? Yeah. And like once you hear those pieces of news, you're like, is this really where I want my kids? Right. So, but a lot of kids want to be there because that's kind of where all this, other content that they can engage with is there, right? So it's a good mix if they can kind of get some of that over. We'll see what they do with it. I hope they keep in mind that it still needs to be in that family-friendly vein. It always needs to have that. And that's going to keep that platform relevant for, you know, parents to allow their children access to it. So anyway, so great move. Awesome. That's definitely something to do. And then the last piece was the I don't remember what you called it, but basically extending their universes right there. And that's basically taking, you know, transmedia, basically taking their games and moving them into TV and movies. So I think that's kind of what the piece there was. And that makes sense too, right? You want to, like, it's already something that's been happening. We want to do more and more of that, and make it relevant and make it useful. Minecraft, the movie, did extremely well. They have whatchamacallit, Fallout, the TV series. They have a Gears thing going on, if I remember right. And I'm sure there's many others. Is there like an Elder Scrolls thing coming too? I think they were doing something with that. You know, there's certainly potential for a lot of these. They've had movies of other content, right? They've had TV stuff of other content, like Halo, you mentioned, but Doom, there were movies about that. You know, so they can certainly expand on what they already have and add other things to it. So, we'll see what they do with this, right? So there's definitely potential to expand beyond where they are, and if they can, push more eyeballs towards their franchises, that's always a good thing, right? Just direct money for just having the license to some, movie or TV thing, right? That makes them money. Plus, they can go beyond that with getting more eyeballs on their or engagement to their gaming world as well. So all good stuff. It's a good idea to kind of continue that pattern. All within that is certainly, what are the patterns you're going to use to get people to engage with you, and how does that work? And I think they need a lot of viral moments to kind of make that happen, and I'm hoping they make those happen, right? So it's you remember, like everybody remembers the here's how you share games moments. You need those moments because it's promotion beyond you, right? Other people say, check this out, and it just keeps going out there, right? And that's what you kind of need, is something to just go crazy, and it brings those eyeballs to you in a way that makes it useful for you as a marketing mechanism. So I'm hoping they can do those kind of things. I know Asha's kind of already had that kind of experience. That's what she does, right? So that's good, and I think she can hopefully bring that kind of mentality into this arena for Microsoft. So we will see how they do this. But yeah, the focus is good. These are the things you need to focus on. That's a good thing. How does that translate to make better games, make more useful transmedia content? That we will have to see in the execution as to how they actually make it happen, right? A lot of things are locked and loaded for the next year or two, because that was the previous administration's work, right? Phil and Sarah, and to a point, Matt Booty was still there, right? They had that vision and pattern in place, and that's kind of what's going to play out for the next few years. But then it's going to be Asha's pattern, right? Asha's vision, and we'll see what happens after that as to what we actually see. But yeah, I think there's plenty of potential here, using those 4 key pillars. Cool. Not a bad thing to have those kind of focuses, right? So people know what the direction is. So good enough.
Yeah. And Elden Ring is also a movie that just actually finished wrapping up. That'll be coming out pretty soon as well.
Yeah, that's not theirs, but yeah, Elden Ring is
it's gonna be big.
Yeah,
I would think.
I would hope. Right? We'll see, right? We don't know. Like, it is. That's a George R. Martin, right? Is he's the one who did that one, right? Yeah,
he did the game.
Yeah, but he did this story, Elden Ring, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right. So yeah, maybe this is his time to shine on that side too, right? And bring, because certainly Game of Thrones was a huge series, but like, we'll see if that translates well to the screen. I don't know, to the big screen. I don't know. We'll see.
Exactly. Yep. That's it's an interesting world we live in, and I think that she's the one to right the ship. I mean, she definitely is she put her feelers out like the first 100 days. She brought in a lot of people. Let's talk about it. Let's figure this out. Even brought back Larry Herb, who's going to be doing these fan events to the end of the year. So she's done a lot of great things, I think. And I mean, is she going to have a few stumbles? Sure. But we'll have to see. I'm going to give her 1,000% the benefit of the doubt because of what she's accomplished so far in such a little time. And this is the next 100 days. And I'm sure there are going to be maybe some more shoes drop, as it were, before this 100 days is up. But from what I've heard, I'll just, we'll just say that's what I've heard, is that the next 100 days will be a more focus on the future. It's like, okay, so identifying the problems, fixing some of the problems. And then the next is, and here's where we're going next. And here's what's going to be now. Here's where we're going to take the brand going forward to get to the goal. And it looks like if anybody can do it, she might be the right person in place to give it the old college try, as it were. And I'm not so sure that, when her quote unquote tenure or her baseline, the 5 years or whatever that that they've at least given her the leash on, isn't necessarily. I think it possibly is a proving ground for her to maybe take the place of someone else who might be retiring in the next 4 or 5 years. Satya. Anyway, so and yeah, I think it would probably be a jump up even from taking the reins of Xbox would be to take the reins of Microsoft. So she might be positioning herself to be, and she's young, man. I mean, corporate speak, she's super young, so she could be in there for the long haul. And if she gets things done, I don't know. I see nothing but positive. Of course, a lot of ponies will disagree, but then again, they have Herman Holtz. Okay, who's that? What was his comment? Concord. It's the next Star Wars. He's never going to let that motherfucker down. Just saying, because we won't let him.
Nope.
Yeah, what a dumbass. Anyway, was that allowed? I'm sorry. All right, so moving on, and we had a lot of topics that we're going to kind of bottle the axes a little bit because there's we don't want to keep going on. I love to go on forever, but I don't want to be generous to everybody's time. But do we want to talk about this big promotional step up that Asha's kind of in charge of? That now she's released the beast, and it showed its beautiful head, as it were, coming up. Let me put this on here. Oh, I completely removed that. Let me present this. I guess it was when I hit the wrong button earlier. I completely cleared off that thing, but I've got it right here queued up. I promise it is not far away. As soon as it loads up, and we'll do this, and we'll go ka-chow, bam, and boom shakalaka. There we go. So SummerSlam was this weekend, and in case you didn't know it, big props for them for that 2-day event. Millions and millions of people watching it, and smart to have some tie-in to some major music, a major music artist. I mean, we all think, all of us know, and most people know, one of the big successes that they had in the past was a little spot that they did, a commercial with featuring it was REM song, that Mad World that absolutely just blew it up. The spot, the commercial, I can't play it because it instantly gets struck here. So I won't play that one. But we'll, let's see, share this. And this is, I shouldn't get in trouble. We're not going to play all of it. I'm just going to play a couple seconds of it. I'm going to keep it small like this because, WWE is kind of like the NFL. They don't like their stuff being shown. But we're just going to show the beginning part. Let's make sure it's not too loud. And this is just a little bit of the opening ceremony there for SummerSlam.
Citizens are advised to stay indoors as emergency services assess the scale of impacted areas. Please stand by and await further instructions.
Pretty awesome. All right, so and also to continue that part, let's bring over this clip that Aaron Greenberg posted, which is kind of nice to see. Metallica and Gears together, and this is you can select Metallica as the main menu music in Gears of War E-Day. Of course, it's not going to. Of course not. Let me do this. Let me pull it out and let me just refresh it. I mean, it played like 2 seconds ago before I clicked on it, of course. There we go. There we go. Now it's playing. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, guys. So what do you guys think? We'll go with Cork first. What do you think about this extra effort they're putting into it? And like someone in the chat said, let me pull that up. There's actually another event coming up where they've
Oh yeah, AAA wrestling. I think for Triple Mania or something like that.
Yeah, where was that? Did anybody see it? Hargee, do you see it? I know it was just here. Oh, there we go. Thank you. He's got better eyes than I do. Can you tell?
Gears is also sponsoring Triple H Triple Mania Wrestling next month as well.
There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yep. And then, there was a comment earlier that we missed that we probably need to bring up from our friend Paris. Do you see that one?
This is it's too good.
What does it say?
Instead of Star Wars, Concord was going to be Star Wars. Concord wasn't even the next Spaceballs.
Yeah, because the next Spaceballs is going to be a fucking hit. Return to the movie screen with Rick Moranis. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That is a good one.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Go get the all digital PS5, pick up Halo, and embrace your all digital greatness.
Slander, sir. Slander. That's all right. That's all right. All right. Don't forget,
He's trying to help out PlayStation. They didn't want to buy Halo. They didn't pick up enough copies. He's just doing a service announcement that, hey, you can buy this over here too. Maybe you can bump up the numbers from 10 to 20.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. No, we love Paris. Absolutely love him. And of course, Paris, you always have an open invitation. Anytime you want me to send you a link, I understand. But if you ever want to jump on to speak your bars or, prove me wrong. Oh, just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh no, I'm kidding. Paris. Don't hurt me. Don't hate me. Paris is a wonderful person and got to meet him again. He's awesome. Actually amazing. And very wise, all knowing, all seeing. Yes. All right. So, Cork, what any other thoughts? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to kind of derail your comments on this, but seeing promotion from this, I mean, that's what
it's awesome,
do, right?
No, it's awesome. I mean, this is kind of a lot of the marketing that people have been asking Xbox to do, with their with their marketing for games and stuff like that. Xbox has always been very low cost but high impact in a sense with some of their marketing stuff. And this is great to see now that they're actually putting a lot more money into it. But then again, this is the problem where you get ballooned budgets and things like that, and then you're seeing games are costing $200-300 million to make is because of stuff like this. So you really have to see the trade-off on if this is going to be something worth it, which I think it is. Gears is coming back. You really have no choice but to go big, go big or go home for Gears, especially for the prequel. This is your level setting a lot of the stuff I feel like with Gears right now that 6 kind of had or 5 kind of had like a kind of not the biggest buy-in from people. People seem to not really dig that one, I think, as much because like the ending and how they tried to introduce new characters like Kat and JD and things like that. I don't think it really struck with some Gears fans as much as they hoped, at least with the casual audience. I think with this one, they're looking to bring Gears back a little bit more to form and to really push Gears into more of like, hey, this can also be a TV show now. And this is the kind of stuff, the marketing you have to do to get it out there, and you have to put it where the casual market is watching. And a lot of people still watch WWE, especially now that it's on Netflix. And you're seeing the the PPV, the pay-per-views on Netflix and things like that. So you're getting a wide consumer base that wouldn't essentially, it's almost like you're getting marketing on top of marketing for something like this, where it's like an intro or it's a commercial in a sense on a streaming service, probably a little bit cheaper than actually just outright buying a commercial for a pay-per-view event, or not a pay-per-view event, but for like a TV event, or trailer on commercials for like the Super Bowl, or even probably cheaper than what you would pay for the tequilas to get like a spot or something. So it's smart marketing. It's definitely something that I hope they start doing more. Let's see what they do maybe for Fable coming up. If that's going to be something. I mean, it does have some pretty good name actors attached to it, so I wouldn't doubt they would do something similar in that nature. Like Drew McIntyre or something, like if he came out to something similar, right? For those that watch WWE, something similar like that would be pretty cool. Maybe something, for the next Halo 2, that could be cool. It doesn't have to be WWE, could be other things. But it's cool. It's nice to see the effort and push. I hope they keep with it. But like I said, there is a caveat, and that is cost. And then you're starting to see Balloon's budget. And then Xbox is back in the same position they feel like they are now, where they're spending too much on games, and then they have to start selling off studios or laying people off, and there's a catch to it. So I'm hoping that they're being smart about this style of marketing.
Yeah, exactly. It's gotta be a balance, but that they're putting more effort into it, I think it shows that they're really, and like you said, if they utilize the marketing dollars they have, but put it in something that's millions and millions of eyes are going to be on it, that's a win-win. That is a total win. Hargeet, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see a different type of promotion. I think they've done those kind of things before here and there. This is a big game for them, obviously. So yes, why not? And I don't know if this was already in the works or it was something greenlit by Asha. It might just be like something that they've already been thinking about doing. There's also some crossover, right? Like there's wrestling, wrestlers that have wanted to do the Gears franchise. There's other actors also want it, but there is like some crossover there, right? So hopefully it's the right fan base to go after, to say, hey, you want to play this? It's coming out, and then they can go figure out how to get access to it. Whether they know it's available or not on Xbox and PC, right? So, but yeah, I think that's what you need to do, is just like get it in front of eyeballs. One of the problems with advertising these days is people like me avoid ads at all costs, literally, because I pay to not see ads. I do not want to see them, right? So that does take away from their ability to market to me, right? But I in the case of this, it's fine because I happen to engage and I also already know what's coming out and whatnot. Fair enough, right? But the average consumer doesn't do any of that. So for them to try to get in front of people, this is a large audience. It's also broadcast, right? So there's millions of people watching this stuff. So that's good, right? So you have some potential to get in front of a lot of eyeballs, and that's what you need to do, right? So good. Kudos to them for trying different things and trying to get the word out. Let's hope it works. And that means they're using some dollars towards marketing, right? So I'm sure that wasn't cheap. So they spent some money and got it done. So let's see if it works. I hope it does work. I hope it totally works, right? So but yeah, I would love to see more of that with the larger games, at least. And if we're gonna try to push the platform, right, you're gonna have to do those kind of things, right? They're gonna have to do those kind of things. It's also an interesting question of how do you do this outside the US, right? You're currently very locked to the US. This is great for the US market.
Mm-hmm.
How do you find an equivalent in Europe, in Asia, right? And each country in Asia is going to be a different thing. How do you go about doing that, right? So Oz, Canada, they're probably going to have some overlap in watching things like this, right? But how do you reach all the audiences that you don't normally reach? How do you then get those customers that can convert over? So there's stuff that they have to work through, right? But good start. Keep going. Find those equivalents in other countries, especially in regions where you don't have a lot of presence. Start finding ways to get people interested in your franchises. You wanted to extend the reach of your franchises. This is how you go about doing that, right? Put it in front of every eyeball. They're like, what is that? And then you start getting even like, a few hundred people go look at something. It's something, because then it can grow from there, because those people might tell their friends, right? And it just bubbles up. And so you want to get it in front of eyeballs. And so that's a good thing to start getting done for Gears, and hopefully it'll be a great launch for them. We'll see how it goes.
There you go. Cork, anything else you want to add to that? Or you look like you might want to say something else. I didn't.
No. I was just agreeing with everything. Yeah. He was saying, I mean, this is solid marketing. It's very high impact. I'm pretty sure it costs them a little pretty penny to do, but this is also something that's going to get people like, oh, there's a new Gears. If they didn't know about it, they're going to go look it up. I mean, we're getting close to the day. There's going to be the open beta, I think, or the closed beta is coming up pretty soon for those that have Game Pass or bought the collector's edition is going to be coming. So it's definitely smart marketing, and they attached it to somebody like Jey Uso, who has a lot of connection with younger fans and new generations. So let's see how it pays off. Let's see how many people are going to jump in. We see when E-Day launches.
There you go. I'm looking forward to it. Hargeet, do we want to go ahead and wrap things up? Or I know there's a couple more topics, but you good with this? Are you good how it went so far? Or
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that was that crazy. There was an Xbox outage after we talked about the PlayStation outage that happened.
Yep.
And they never gave us any reason for it, but it happened. It's back. And then Xbox had an equivalent outage, but they did give us a reason, and they're working to address that. So hopefully they will not have that kind of outage again. Apparently it wasn't specifically to them, but there was a service they leveraged that didn't have enough redundancy, and it failed, and therefore people lost access to stuff. So they're working to make that a better situation.
Right.
So it happens. These things happen all the time. Unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yep.
I don't know if there's anything else that was big that we.
I mean, there's a couple of things about the upcoming Gamescom, which was kind of in the thumbnail, but we can actually go over that because we still got a couple of weeks before that comes out, so we can hit on that as it gets closer, because we're gonna have a prediction show and all that kind of good stuff as well. But again, I do want to. I'll bring that image up. Big condolences.
Condolences to the family and friends for Psychonaut.
Yeah, for he was such a good guy. I just can't iterate that enough. And here is a I'm sorry. It still gets me, man. It's like it's one of those things where it's like I didn't, I talked to him, I knew him, I didn't know him that well, but it's still just it really hits you when you think about it. It's like, I mean, he's way younger than I am, and he's gone. That's Psychonauts. And this little thing that Mav put up, and a great picture of these guys hanging out together. I got a big screen of Psychonauts, and then that's Mav right there too. So shout out to everybody who's shown love and support for his family. It blindsided a lot of people. I mean, he just posted like just a week ago. Posted on X. So you see that and you're like, oh shit, and now he's gone. So life's precious, folks. Make sure you if you have any outstanding resolutions that you need to make with friends or a family that for whatever reason you may have got upset with or whatever in the past, this is why you need to try and have some closure in your life and make sure that you're on a good place with everybody that means a lot to you, friends or family. We disagree with a lot of things, but yeah, it's and these guys are always grateful for the chance that they actually got to meet up in person, and that means something to them. It means something to us in the community. So big shout out. And Cork also put out the and the thing is the GoFundMe available, and let's see, I can bring that up here in the overall post. And share that out real quick. So gives you the option. Oh, of course, is get out of here. There we go. But they do have a GoFundMe where they're trying to raise enough money to help pay for all the expenses that blindsided them So yeah, and you can donate anonymously if you want to, or even if you just in the post that Mav put up on Fun Speculation, you can just go on there and show your support for the family. Would mean a lot. So those are all the kind of things that mean something. One thing I do want to end things on is a little better note. I'm not sure how many of you all saw this. It came out last week. Shout out to Looney Boy for his work he does on Weebly Green. He did some wicked work on this, and I'm gonna play it. This is so Dirt Griggity, Shaun, Ray, and Joey all have a channel. They have a show they put on every Monday, and it's Weebly Green. And I don't know if Hargeet, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Cool. As our internet freezes. Great. Okay, you're still there. Oh, you're back. All right. You bought it for a second, or at least to me. So, all right. So I'm gonna play it real quick, and then we're gonna wrap the show up that way, and then we'll go around the horn to everybody. But I want to play a little bit of this because it's wicked good how good this turned out. The song is amazing. It really reminds me of Gorillaz type stuff. So anyway, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I think it's pretty badass. See those muscles on dirt.
Phil Spencer held it down 25 years in this town. We salute you, brother, for the love you spread around. But now the torch is passing, a new star starts to shine. I shine walking through the doorway, saying Xbox is our time. Return of the renegade dream. We still bleed green. Usher in the building, Xbox rise again. Booty in the back saying spins only out the wind. TTS forever. Shining dirt, talk that shit. Green blood network. Yeah, the family never goes. Usher in the building, Xbox rise again. Booty in the back saying spins only out the wind. TTS forever. Shining dirt, talk that shit. Green blood network. Yeah, the family never quits. Joey in the chat go crazy. Ray laughing loud. Game Pass rolling heavy. Microsoft done drew a crowd. Play anywhere, baby. Take your heart on the road. Asha steering this console ship, and she's ready to reload. Phil, we thank you for the run. I shall say the fight's not done. Asha in the building. Xbox rise again. Booty in the back saying spins on the other wind. TTS forever. Shannon Dirt, talk that shit. Green blood network. Yeah, the family never quits. Talk that shit.
Great work.
Phil, we on you.
Great podcast.
Asha's coming through. We turn the Xbox.
It is.
We bleed green. Booty says spin
The thing is, people are like, oh, Dirt has all these muscles, right? They have Ray taller than Joey in this. That's right. There we go. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. Good job. Shout out to them. Man, that's some good stuff. Very well done. The song, it's AI and stuff generated, but that stuff's not easy to put together because he definitely did a lot of work. Somebody else that does a lot of work in AI, and that would be FARK QUE. I'm gonna show you a little sample right here. In fact, no one's seen this because he popped it up during the show, so I'm gonna show it to Hargeet as well. This is we're working on our new shirts. coming up, and we have a few for other members of the community that are going to be joining us on this particular shirt. And let me know what you think, Hargeet, if you you recognize that guy. Can you see it?
Yeah, it looks pretty good, man. Like Fonz, there you go, buddy.
There you go. So yeah, so Fonz is going to be on our new shirt as well. So pretty cool, as well as some others. We're working on, like, Boomstick's going to join us on this particular shirt as well too. So try and mix it up, members of the community, and yeah, just wait till you see this one when it gets all done and I'll edit it out. It's going to be pretty badass. Big shout out to FARK QUE. Thank you so much for all your hard work that you do on that as well. And guys, we're gonna call it a day, as it were. But let's go around the horn. Corkenstein, please tell us where they can reach out to you, where they can find you, what shows you're going to be on next, and of course, about the other great social media platform that you're on and you run. It's a big one, by the way.
Yeah, thank you again for having me on. Thanks to everybody in the chat. As always, big thank you. Yeah, so our Xbox, I'm, for those that don't know, I'm a moderator there, and I've ran the previous Xbox subreddits, like our Xbox One. I just joined on toward the tail end of that, but then helped spearhead our Xbox Series X, and then we had the big merge, and now we have our Xbox on Reddit. LG reached out to me. For those that have been following me for a while, we are going to be giving away another TV pretty soon, hopefully. So they just reached out to me. G6 OLED G6. They're looking at doing another big giveaway with us for the our Xbox community. You'll be seeing me post about that soon. As soon as they send me details, we're just kind of going back and forth on the logistics and legalities. But once that gets out, you guys could have a chance to win a G6 LG TV. Perfect timing to get your Gears gaming on for that TV. And then yeah, that's pretty much all I've been working on right now, trying to get more AMAs. I really haven't been streaming much. Like I said, work's been killer. And then just a lot of personal stuff. So I've kind of taken a step back from a lot of content creation and posting and doing stuff for the subreddit, but I am back now to do some really cool stuff. Like I said, I'll have some 3D print stuff coming up. The Budster mentioned it, maybe a Wolverine mask. The one thing I really do want to do is cog tags, customizable, personalized cog tags for you guys, content creators and stuff like that, to give out to your community members, kind of like how Ben Kenobi does, who's an amazing person, amazing creator who does the coins. I might do some Gears of War cog tags for you guys that will have your names and stuff like that on them, to wear and give out for your guys' community. So that's in the works. I have a STL file already. I just have to figure out how to work Blender to customize them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You'll see me on Breakfast with Boom on this coming Friday. And then yeah, that's all I got pretty much in the works right now.
Very good. Dude, thank you again for joining us. We really appreciate you being on here. More than you know, sir. And everything you do for the community, and not just other rides. I was just messing with you on that. You know that. I love hanging out with you and talking to you, talking games and everything with you. And you're a cool dude, and I'm really glad that you're part of this community, and that you hang out and come on and talk to us, because we love having you on, and hopefully we'll have you on again real soon. We got Gamescom coming up, and I would love to get your impressions of that as well. So we'll I'll throw that at you now.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, definitely. Whenever you need it, I'll be here every Sunday. I got nothing planned on Sundays, so whenever you need me, I am here. If I'll give you a ride anytime you want.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Well, I do know that in November, November, I think 9th, Sunday the 9th, I think, is our 200th episode.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Congrats.
Yeah, so we're gonna start working on that one. See if we can get a few panel members in here that might be maybe one or two surprises too. We'll see. We'll work.
Right before the FanFest one, right?
Yep.
That'll be the 15th, I would assume, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So Hargeet, please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you. Oh, and look, where they can buy your amazing merchandise, like I've got right here. Oh,
absolutely. Right there. You can go to shop.chani.us, and then you can subscribe to my channel and Hargeet Chani 1. Yeah, and then I will see what happens on
Do you think
Tuesday.
Asher should bring back Mixer?
Oh, I love it. She did.
Damn right.
I think it's her choice, but boy, that would be awesome.
Interesting thought.
Yeah. Yep.
So my sister's having some surgery, so I might not be available. We'll see what happens, but
Next week.
if I'm available on Tuesday, I'll be available. If not, then
Oh,
we'll
gotcha,
see.
gotcha.
So we'll see how that goes, and then Wednesday with Boom again, just depending on what's going on. So
Right, of course.
check those out, and then Friday with Simon and Doodle. Oh, look at this! Day Reezy gifts 10 WebDave memberships.
Thanks, Terry. Appreciate that, sir.
And then we'll be back on Sunday to figure out what's going on.
Exactly.
I'm sure there'll be some more fun.
Hey, no power outage this time.
Yay!
No, right? It's a
And again,
miracle.
condolences to the family and friends of Psychonauts. That was very sad news. Very young. This is mid 40s. Very young.
And a funny guy, a cool guy. So yeah. So very sad that happened. But anyway, we support his family and we support this community because that's what we do. We are going to be sending everybody over, if you stick around, if you want to, a really good member of the community that streams almost nothing right now, but Arc Raiders and his playthroughs and a PvE player, and you can learn a lot of insights to him. His name is Hugh, and we're going to rate him after this. So if you want to stick around and watch that, you can. If you do stick around, at least go over and tell him he's been rated by the council, and it'll give him a like, give him a shout out. It'd be great. He's a super nice guy, and he's actually an Embark ambassador. So you actually have a chance every now and then. I only get Saturday he gave away a $10 gift coupon that you can use to actually redeem in game. So, and he does that quite a lot too. So pretty cool guy. So enjoy that if you can, but let him know you've been rated by the council. In fact, this is what I'm going to put on there. Kaboom, chakalaka. I put it in the post now. All right, so guys, thank you all so much for being with us, and we'll be back next week. Next week, Ray is going to be our guest, so it's going to be crazy talking that shit next week. This is going to be some crazy stuff. So please, thank you for joining us here on the one and only The Gamers Council. See ya.
Game over.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.